And hello, comic fans. Welcome to the Absolute Universe. Here we go. We'll cover up all your favorite stories. Before we get into it, hit that subscribe button. Let's get to the business. Gotham chaos reigns as the party animals, a ruthless gang, tear through the streets, destroying anything in their path. They are out of control. No purpose, no reason, just destruction. And then there's Batman, Gotham's protector. A man who doesn't need a cape to be a hero. He doesn't have the luxury of wealth. He doesn't have a butler. He only has his pain, his rage, and the city that shaped him. As the city burns, Batman moves in the shadows. Every crime scene tells a story. Every villain is just a reflection of Gotham's twisted heart. But it's the party animals, led by the wild, unpredictable Roman Sionis, who are testing him like never before. At the Gotham Zoo, Bruce Wayne, a young boy at the time, frantically bangs on the door to the bat enclosure. His father's lifeless body is slumped against it. Desperate, he calls out to his father. No answer. The bats swarm, filling the space. The glass shatters. Bruce screams, the darkness overtaking him. That was the beginning of his journey. One marked by pain, loss, and the deep need for justice. Gotham didn't give him a choice. It turned him into something dark. Something relentless. Fast forward to the present, Batman is hunting the party animals across the city. Tonight, the Gotham Aquarium is the battleground. The party animals have taken over. But Batman doesn't hesitate. He plunges into the fray, fighting through the gang, even as knives stab into him. They swarm him, they taunt him, but Batman doesn't stop. Every punch lands with devastating precision. He's a blur of motion, taking them down one by one. And then, with a roar, he smashes through the aquarium glass, flooding the room with water. The party animals are forced to flee, their skin burning from a chemical Batman releases into the water. As the chaos settles, Alfred Pennyworth watches through the surveillance feeds. He's been tracking Bruce, observing his every move. Alfred knows Bruce's methods, his unrelenting pursuit of justice. But it's costing him. He's seen Bruce push himself to the limit. Gotham is consuming him. The next day, in the hospital, Mayor Gordon lies in bed, recovering from injuries. The city is falling apart and the news doesn't stop. Former Mayor Hill is running for re-election. He's using Gotham's crime wave as his platform. Hill blames Gordon for allowing Batman to run free, for letting the party animals destroy the city. Bullock, standing nearby, sneers at the TV. We need to take Batman down. Fast. Barbara, Gordon's daughter, sits in the corner, exhausted but determined. He's done more for this city than anyone else, Jim. But Bullock isn't convinced. For all we know, Batman's with them, making things worse. It's a constant battle of trust. Gotham's protectors on one side, Gotham's saviors on the other. But it's clear. This war is changing everyone. Meanwhile, Bruce Wayne returns to his old crew. Oswald Cobblepot, Edward Nygma, Harvey Dent, his old friends. They meet at a poker table, each trying to escape the madness for just a few hours. But even here, in the shadows, the party animals are a constant threat. Bruce throws down a mask, the party animal mask. His friends gasp. Where did you get that? Oswald demands. Bruce shrugs, nonchalantly. Found it. Edward inspects the mask, noting its high-tech design. This isn't just a mask. It's a GPS tracker. Bruce leans in. I think it's tied to their next move. Their poker night ends. But Bruce knows. This is just the beginning. As night falls, Batman's hunt continues. He's not just facing criminals anymore. He's facing the abyss within himself. He infiltrates Mayor Hill's campaign office, searching for answers, trying to understand why the party animals are doing this, what their true goal is. But it's a trap. Roman Sionis, Black Mask, appears on the monitors, taunting Batman with his voice. You've been looking for me, Batman, but you're not going to find what you're looking for. We have the GCPD surrounded. If you want to survive, you'll have to play by our rules. The building explodes. Fire and smoke fill the room. But Batman doesn't flinch. He moves through the chaos, each step calculated, precise. Inside the elevator shaft, Alfred waits. The two meet in the dark, and Alfred offers a plan. an alliance with the party animals. Not as allies, but as a way to bring them down from the inside. Batman hesitates. Trust is a luxury he doesn't have. But he needs answers. The elevator lurches forward. Outside, the police scramble as Batman's bat-threaded dump truck crashes through the wall. It's a symbol of his relentless drive, a reminder that no matter how broken Gotham gets, Batman will keep going. But the war is far from over. In the distance, a memory haunts Bruce. A memory of Selina Kyle, the girl who once reached out to him, a time when he was too broken to understand what she offered. But Gotham never gives you second chances. You can't escape the darkness here. The party animals keep coming. They attack again, this time in the Port Authority. Batman faces them head-on, but this time it's not just a fight for Gotham. It's a fight for his soul. Each enemy he defeats, each battle he wins, it all leads him closer to a line he's not sure he can cross. The tension builds. The city's fate is hanging by a thread. Batman is Gotham's protector, but at what cost? Each step forward, each fight, pulls him deeper into the abyss. And as the party animals grow bolder, Batman's struggle becomes more personal. Can he save Gotham without losing himself in the process? The question remains unanswered. But Batman doesn't care. He'll fight. He'll fight until there's nothing left of Gotham or himself. Because one thing is certain, Gotham can't survive without him, and neither can he. So, further updates follow us. Until then, BYEBY, Batman.